Hello there, pre-matriculants. Welcome to Educate. In this video, we'll be doing the biodiversity of microorganisms. Particularly, we'll be looking at the question about bacteria. So now we have got a diagram below that represents a structure of cholera bacterium. Remember the name of cholera bacterium, it is actually known as Vibrio cholerae. So it's Vibrio the spellings here is cholerae. So it's Vibrio cholerae, something like this. So this is the name of the bacterium that is that causes cholera, the disease cholera. So now they say that this bacterium has been magnified 50,000 times. It simply means that they have zoomed in. So for them to be able to see this, they have zoomed in 50,000 times. Now 6.1 now says identify part A. So you must already know how to label a bacterium. You can see that part A here, it is showing this a black region here just in between. Remember that a bacterium has got a slime layer outside, it has got a cell wall as well as a cell membrane. So this part, this white part here, this empty white part, it is the slime layer, the one used the one that prevents the bacteria from drying out. And then this one, the label A, it is this black part. Now we say it is known as the cell wall. So that's the cell wall of the bacterium cell. So here we're going to say 6.1 is going to be the cell wall. And then now when we proceed to 6.2, they say give the function for part B. Now when you look at part B, you can see that part B, it is showing this structure that looks like a tail. So this is this part B. It looks like a tail, kind of like a tail. Remember that basically for bacteria to be able to move, it requires this structure that looks like a tail, and its name, it is known as the flagellum. Flagellum if it is one, and you say flagella if there are many. So it's flagellum, or you can say flagella if there are many. So in this case, that is what B is showing. But the question didn't say they want the label per se. They didn't say we should identify the part, yet they say we should give a function for the part B. We know that the flagellum, it is responsible for locomotion or for movement of the bacteria. So it actually allows the bacteria to move, or you can say it enables movement of the bacterium. So the function of the part B, it is to enable movement for the bacterium. So for the bacterium to be able to move, it actually requires this flagellum structure. So it is known as a flagellum. It is actually the one that actually swims inside the fluid. Okay, so it enables the bacterium to be able to move. Then now let's go to it's 5.3, just call it 6.3. all right, now they say state two characteristics of a bacteria. Remember that a bacteria has got a set of characteristics. You can talk about the number of cells it has, you can talk about the nucleus, the type of nucleus that it has got, you can talk about the nutrition of a bacteria, you can talk about the reproduction of a bacteria. There are quite a lot of things that you can talk about here when you talk about characteristics, but the simpler one is that bacteria is a bacterium, it is a unicellular organism. When you say that it is unicellular, it simply means that it consists of only one cell in its body. So basically a bacterium, it is complete as just one cell. So it is a unicellular organism, or it's a unicellular microorganism. You can also say that the bacterium, it is prokaryotic. Remember, the bacterium does not have a true nucleus. Instead, it has got a nucleoid. So you say that it is prokaryotic. It is prokaryotic. You can talk about the reproduction of a bacterium. Remember that the bacterium reproduces via binary fission. Okay, so basically you can say that it reproduces via binary fission. All of those are characteristics. So it reproduces via binary fission. Okay, you can say that it reproduces through binary fission. Okay, so all of those are characteristics of a bacterium. You can talk about many different other characteristics that you might remember. Then when you go to 6.4, it now says calculate the actual width of the diagram in micrometers between the point X and point Y. So this is a bit mathematical and it will need you to use your ruler, but basically here you can see that here the scale that you've been given is that 1 millimeter is equals to 1000 micrometer. So let me just rewrite this here. So 1 millimeter is equals to 1000 micrometer. Okay, so here now they say they want the actual width of the diagram. So remember that this has been zoomed in 50,000 times. Don't forget that this has been zoomed in, or it has been magnified 50,000 times. So the scale is actually 50,000 times. So here they say now between point X and Y, should you're gonna take your ruler and you're gonna measure here with the between this point X and Y, this line between point X and Y, how long is it using your ruler? You're going to measure your ruler using your ruler, but measure using millimeters, because remember that this scale that you are given here is given in millimeters. So don't use centimeters. You take your ruler, you put it between point X and point Y, and you try to see what is the distance, what is the width between the width of XY, that line. You measure using a ruler. Let's just say using a ruler you have found that it is 20 millimeters. So you are going to find the actual width. For you to be able to find the actual width, what are you going to do? For you to be able to find the actual width, you have to say this 20 millimeters, this 20 millimeters divided by 50,000. Why are you dividing it by 50,000 times? Is because remember that this has been magnified, or it's been zoomed in 50,000 times. So it means that this 20 millimeter, it's actually a zoom in 50,000 times. So you must divide by the 50,000 times. It's not like a real bacteria, it is this size, guys. I mean, bacteria are microorganisms. They only require, you can only see them by using a microscope. So in this case, you don't have a microscope. The fact that you're able to see this visibly is because it has been zoomed in. So basically, as it is being zoomed in, you need to divide the distance that you are finding by the 50,000, by the number of times it's been zoomed in, so that you can see actually what was the width in millimeters. Okay, then when you find that, you're now going to convert it to micrometer, because they now say they want it in what? In micrometers. So unfortunately, I don't have a calculator closer to me. You're just going to divide 20 divided by 50,000. Then you get whatever you get. And when you get it, you now convert it to the micrometers using this. How do you convert to micrometers? Remember, from millimeters to micrometers, it means that you have to do what? You have to multiply by 1000. And then from micrometers to millimeters, it means that you have to do what? You have to divide by 1000. So in this case, when you get whatever actual width that you're gonna get your answer in millimeters. And then that answer, you are going to do what? You're going to take that answer in millimeters and you're going to multiply it with 1000 so that you can convert it to micrometers. Then you're going to find your final answer in micrometers. But basically, this is just the idea of how to calculate the actual width of the diagram in micrometers. So please, you take your ruler. Let's just summarize the steps. You take your ruler, you measure the distance between X and Y, that distance in millimeters. Let's say you get 20 millimeters, for example, and then when you get this distance, it is actually been zoomed in 50,000 times. So you need to take that into consideration. So you need to divide it by 50,000 times so that it can be seen, so that you can show that you understand that this has been zoomed in 50,000 times. So this 20 millimeter is not the actual thing. It's not actually exactly as it is. It has been divided 50,000 times. It has been zoomed in 50,000 times. Then you now take that width in millimeters, you multiply it by 1000, you convert it to micrometers. Then that will be a wrap up for this exercise. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends to also stay tuned.